Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Tyler.
And me, Ethan.
You motherfucker.
That's staying in.
It's both of us.
It's the two
If
that are
you're
always
this
here.
far, you know.
Yeah.
You never know. This could be the first episode
We
they're
have
listening.
Where there's no Jarrett and we're just recording in his house.
No, I mean, it's the first episode they've ever listened to, and then
Oh.
you two both went, bah.
We have a fucking system, Ethan. Tyler, me, you, guest.
Well, that's Jarrett.
the
and
angry
I'm
one.
Ethan.
The angry one is Jarrett,
He's so mad.
and the other one is Ethan.
Crackhead energy, bitch.
That's true. He needs to go to bed. And with us again is Andy, who has stated he has no input on this episode, but has stayed anyway, which I appreciate.
None whatsoever.
It's okay. It's always fun to have
You never know. You might have something to say.
Played the game.
So
That'll help. See, that's that. There we go.
you probably know more than the writers do.
Yeah, that's true.
I have more hours into playing 3 than they have in all the seasons. So.
That's not that much, really.
Yeah, it's
That
really
doesn't
not.
surprise me.
There's like, what, 25 episodes
Yeah.
total?
Total?
Yeah.
Like through all of the
Yeah.
seasons?
There's been like,
Oh shit, I'm gonna be bad.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Are they hour episode each?
Yeah.
Probably roughly.
Ooh,
Yeah, they
a
are.
little bit
I
less.
played 3 like 200 hours.
So, this week's episode is about The Witcher, because we haven't actually said what it's about. We just keep talking about a video game and a TV show. We're going to talk about The Witcher Season 3, but if you listen to The Witcher Season 1, or Part 1, where we talked about Season 1 and 2, we missed a few points because I hadn't finished it, and we all couldn't remember it because it'd been so long. So, to start us off, that's where we're going to talk. I had a question, because I don't think they ever explained the Witcher potions. They just made them and took them, which is fine.
Doesn't have to be that much exposition.
Yeah,
Like the Witcher potions to make Witchers? Or the Witcher potions that like all Witchers just take?
Do you mean
like
where
the
they,
Witchers take.
where they
They're
come
Witchers.
from or what they do?
because they explained how they make Witchers, because they use elder blood to like mix up whatever and then inject it into kids, and that mutates them.
Yeah.
They explain that part of it. I mean the actual potions that like Geralt will drink 42 times a day and turn his eyes black.
I feel like they kind of have to explain that. Maybe in season 1 they did, but I don't remember.
Not really.
Maybe they just kind of
what
assume
I'm
that
saying.
if you know
The Witcher, you
Yeah.
know what the potion is.
Well, there's like a bit of mystery to it. I think that they wanted to include was like, what's his eyes
yeah,
doing?
maybe
That's
you're
kinda
supposed to be from like
creepy.
a layman's perspective, like you don't know. Like I assume
Yeah.
most of the general
Well,
population doesn't know
by
what
the
Witchers.
end of the first season, you've got it figured out
Yeah.
what the potion does.
I'm saying like the
Enhances
general
your abilities.
the
Yeah.
general populace of the world does not know where a Witcher's powers come from, or like what potions do, or
You
like
don't have to.
They just
Yeah.
know they're mutants.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that part. And then we also talked about the fight at Kaer Morhen.
Yeah.
There was 2 fights. There was one with
I
the
knew
treant,
it.
and then there at the end,
But in my brain, they were the same.
yes, the possessed Ciri comes back, breaks open the portal, and teleports in to mutant basilisk. So we were both right.
Yeah.
We just had our wires crossed. And then I don't think they ever explained how Amir survives, because he's supposed to have died on the ship.
I think it's just one of those like
This is one of those he survived,
like he faked his death, or like
but he killed the mom.
maybe.
Oh, it's a cool noise.
I feel like sometimes there's just some things that aren't given enough exposition.
I
in
don't know
this.
if it's ever explained in the books or the video game.
I don't either.
It's okay. In season 3, there's just not that much to explain.
Yeah.
That's true. Andy, you played The Witcher 3 a lot,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yes.
Did they ever explain how Amir survived?
I don't know if he ever.
The
if
Nilfgaardian Emperor?
No.
Okay.
If they did, I don't remember it that well.
It might be like a piece of a background lore that's like
It probably
very
is.
obscure.
There's so much.
Lord.
There's so much lore in the game anyway, and that's not my strong suit.
Well, let me tell you, they fucking just ignore it in the show.
I'll read the books. I'll let you know.
Isn't that right? Isn't that why Cavill quit?
Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't really know for sure. So now we're going to go on to season 3 because those were just the points that we missed, and I felt like we should hit to cover our asses from the last time. So the rating of this season.
Wrong one.
No, it's not. It's only us 3.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, how can Andy
he can't rate it. He hasn't seen it.
rate it?
That's right.
Rate it, Andy.
That's right. Rate it.
What do you got?
I can probably get pretty fucking close
I mean,
Well,
without watching it.
guess. Well, guess what we're going to rate it.
Guess
that's
what?
true.
Collectively,
Yeah,
like,
pick
what
us
the
all
average
and
is
get
gonna be.
yeah.
Or what we're all going to rate it individually, however you want.
I go
Oh,
first.
okay.
What do you think I'm going to rate it? Let's start there.
Out of 10?
Yeah. No, out of fucking 12.
I do a 6.5.
6.5. You are spot on at like 6.2, 6.5. Jarrett, what's he going to rate it?
I'll give him an 8.
That is ballsy.
I would give it, I'm probably lower than Tyler. I'm like a 5.5 to 6.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's one episode that kept me. Ethan, you're last. He's going to rate it like a 2.
He didn't like it, so.
I didn't even get to finish
Finish
it.
it,
I didn't want to.
I will. How about a 3?
It's a little bit high, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's a little bit okay, you can obviously tell
Like
me
your
that.
optimism.
We didn't really care for this season. Notable actresses and actors. Realistically, the only one I can think of is Radovid and Dijkstra. Those two are the only two that really, like, besides Henry Cavill.
I like Lars
Freya.
Mikkelsen as
Yeah, as
I don't.
the
I
fuck's
did.
his name?
Goes with an S.
Stregobor.
Yeah,
Stregobor,
Stregobor. He
yeah.
did good as Stregobor.
It may like his when he. You haven't got there, Ethan, and we'll never get there. He dies because he uses fire magic at the end when they invade. Oh, you don't even know about that. There's a coup between. Let me fill you in. So the Redanians plan to overthrow or destroy the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And they have this coup.
They basically wanted to get rid of all the witches.
Yeah, they want to get rid of all the witches. And then at the coup, the elves and the what's the other Nilfgaard attack, and Stregobor kills himself with fire magic.
Yeah, he uses fire magic to basically kill
Or I'm
everybody.
assuming he's
and
dead.
it's
I don't know
good.
if he's actually like
It's true. We didn't.
Good. He's coming back
Nobody.
as Thrawn anyway.
Yeah.
So
he's going to be strong. But it made me wonder, like, not wonder. I maybe want him as Dumbledore now. Like he's a new pick for Dumbledore. I'm like, oh man, he'd fucking kill it as
he
Dumbledore.
would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess your episode that kept you, though.
Okay.
It's either 4 or 5.
I can't even tell you because I'd have to look at it. I just know what it's about.
5 is the Conclave, and then 4 is the...
Yeah, you were pretty close. I mean, you're pretty close to like where that like at the end.
He
of
basically
5
got to the
beginning.
split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, the split. Did
fucking
you?
stupid.
Yeah. Why split? I hate that we split seasons.
Yeah.
Do you think that if it did? So that's my question. Did you watch before the split happened?
No.
Or did you
He
wait
just started
until
this week,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
I
told-
didn't know if you'd like watched the first 5 and then was like couldn't get back into it.
because I
or
told
if-
him we were
No, I
recording
watched
this
the
with-
first 4.
and it was like, hey,
4 is probably the best episode, so I'm going to stop watching it.
That's the other thing. They did fucking 5 and 3.
so weird.
You got 8 episodes. Do 4 and 4.
I kind of understand because there's the cliffhanger at the end of 5. It, like I get why they did it, but I'm like, we didn't need to do that. You could have just released all 8 or did weekly. If you're gonna not release it all at once, do weekly.
It was episode 5.
5? I was
like
guessing.
Literally, Netflix is the only streamer that hangs on to binge releasing. And now they're kind of trying to break away, but they're trying to be different with these staggered releases of everything.
And it's such a
There's
weird thing.
only one show I've ever seen that had a split
Yeah.
in the seasons outside of anime that was any good. Like that I thought was like, this is a good time to split it. And that was the first season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Vikings.
Any other time, it's always been, I've hated it. I've watched Vikings and
They do a lot
I'm
of splits.
tired. of
Yeah, they do like
Vikings.
they do like
They do a lot of splits, but then it's like
season 4 part 1, season 4
yeah,
part 2.
Because
and
I
they'll do like
watched-
huge time jumps.
Because I watched Last Kingdom and the entire thing was just masturbatory and it's weird and I
It is.
hate it.
So back to the point of the podcast. Obviously, we didn't like the split season because that was stupid. I talked about slow-mo shots in season 2, and not fucking 15 seconds into season 3, there's a slow-mo shot of Geralt fighting somebody.
And then we end on like a slow-mo shot. Too.
Did it? I don't even fucking... I can't tell you how the fucking show ended.
No, we don't end on because it ends on...
It ends on Freya Allen saying she's Falca.
We leave...
I mean, it's a lot easier to choreograph a fight when everyone's acting like they're on way too much ecstasy.
We end with Geralt on a slow-mo shot, which is usually who it's on when he's like... a slow-mo fight with the fucking stupid-ass Nilfgaard.
Yeah, but we didn't even end on that.
For him, yeah, we did.
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just stupid. Stop doing slow-mo. It fucking sucks.
It was good in X-Men, Days of Future Past.
Yeah. That's the only
And
one
it's
that it's
now
been
overplayed.
good in.
300.
What about Age of Ultron? That was like the best scene in the entire movie.
It was hyperbole, but
That
like
was the best scene in a piece of shit movie.
it's hyperbole. Like
That's
we
what I
can have
said.
slow-mo, but like we're now overdoing it with too much slow-mo.
Yeah, it is. We are.
It's easy to be the best scene in a movie if the whole movie's garbage.
One thing I noticed is the whole point of magic is you use something to use magic, and every time Yennefer fucking does something, she doesn't use anything. She just does the magic. And I don't know when we stopped paying attention to that.
I don't think
Like
any
with
of
Yennefer specifically
yeah.
is who I notice it with because you see her the most in this season.
outside of a handful of instances, like when Stregobor or Freya,
Siri.
Siri,
Freya.
Freya, that's
Freya.
the actress.
Yeah.
When they use fire magic,
Yeah.
or when Tisea uses the fucking lightning thing,
Yeah.
is really the only times in season
And
3
actually-
I can remember that they.
Tisea uses it one other time, and it's at the end before she kills herself.
So if
Any other time they're using their
What is she?
Spoiler
she does that
alert.
last little fucking like she lifts the rock with the flower and then cuts her wrist.
I guess yeah.
what? Okay.
Who cuts
so,
whose wrist?
Tisea.
Okay, I had no fucking clue who that is.
She was probably dead before the witch.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
we get something into really nerdy here. I really hate that the fire magic works the way it does here.
Yeah, me too.
Because in magic systems generally there's a term for connecting materials to that. It's called sympathy. And usually that works the same throughout all magic stuff on any magic system. So the fact that you can't not choose something else that's like burning
Yeah, to do it.
or something else that is fuel
Yeah.
or
buddy.
something else that has some sort of energy to it,
Yeah, we'll get there in a minute
it's
because I have problems with fire
it's
magic
dumb.
as well.
It's dumb.
It may not be the problem you're thinking of.
It doesn't
but
make a lot of sense to me. I guess they just don't want a bunch of fire magic everywhere
Yeah.
in the
it's,
story.
it's like considered
but that's
forbidden.
that's like an author
That's weird
choice.
because the whole game is essentially all you do in the fucking game is read the bestiary to find out how to take down monsters, and most of them are weak to certain
Well-
types of magic. So why would some be?
But in the game's defense, the Witchers using fire is different than the
Yeah.
witches using fire because the Witchers use signs, so it's different than spells.
So
Okay.
why don't the
Witches use
witches signs runes?
because there's, I'm assuming, very specific signs that they have to use.
Oh, so blah
Like-
blah 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 bullshit.
Basically,
It sounds like another author choice for how magic works in his system.
yeah. Because from what I understand, the Witchers are the ones that use signs because it's like passed down and that's how they're learned. But they don't use it. It doesn't work the same way. Like it's a hand sign. It's fucking Naruto ninjutsu.
Hey,
It's a hand job.
Yeah.
fireball no jutsu, bitch.
Fireball. Oh shit. But yeah, I definitely like that whole like fight scene between all of them. Everybody's just doing magic. There's
Yeah.
nothing
You didn't get
to
to that
be
part.
used.
There's a fucking giant. It's like all of episode 6, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's just
a magic fight.
The best part is when the Elf Queen's brother gets blown up
Yeah,
in front of her. It's fucking hilarious because
He fucking explodes.
it's so like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I did not
Who
expect him.
explodes?
The Elf Queen's
Brother.
yeah.
Oh, Philip
Like
Vandal.
he like jumps
No.
in. No.
Philivandrel's the husband.
Yeah.
It's elves. I mean, come on.
It's the one that's-
Probably both.
Probably
It's
related.
the one that's still alive in season 3
Yeah.
because her husband's dead. He just like jumps in front of her and just he
No, her
explodes.
husband was alive.
In season 3? Oh, he dies at the beginning, doesn't he? No?
No, he lives.
He's still alive?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Are you sure?
He might have died in that
No,
fight.
he definitely dies because she says they took my husband, my brother, my
No,
child.
The brother dies early on in the season. The husband is the one that gets exploded.
Is that what happens?
Yes.
I get confused.
It doesn't matter.
Like
Either
Ethan
way,
says,
it's
there is, but it's funny. I laughed out loud when it happened.
Oh, I did too. Because it's just like explosion, blood all over.
yeah, and she's like,
Yeah.
Good.
it's so funny.
It's the only good
Good.
thing.
She's annoying as shit.
Yeah. I do not like her.
No.
There is a trope that happens in most shows, and it was brought up by the dwarf. The dwarf said, "No one's looking for the black fucking wolf. Change your hair."
Oh, yeah.
Because Geralt's
Right.
the white wolf, and he's just walking around
Yeah.
as Geralt.
It does make sense.
And then that brings me to another point. Whenever Ciri goes to the fucking, this is basically just let's shit on The Witcher season 3. When Ciri goes to the masquerade party, she doesn't have a fucking mask on, and they're
Does she
like,
have like one of those.
she held it up for 3.5
so she
seconds
has
and
it,
then threw
yeah.
it to the fucking side. What's
Yeah.
the point of being in hiding if you're not in hiding?
It's hard to keep track of props, I guess.
Oh, it's fucking just irate. They also I don't know if they did this for sure, but was that a different actor for the Fire Mage?
I have no idea.
He looked different to me, but that's because
Well-
I recently had watched season 2.
Well, he
The
doesn't have
makeup was a little bit better on
I'd say he-
Burn.
But he looked like his whole face looked different to me.
I can't tell you. I don't know.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, his face didn't look like, what's it called? A topography map of Utah.
They fought a fucking roly-poly, which was hilarious to
Yeah.
me in the hedge maze. You've seen that part. You should have. It's
Yeah.
pretty early on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's at the whole masquerade
like-
thing.
2 or 3, I think. I thought.
But it was literally a fucking roly-poly.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's good.
I mean, I guess. Andy, in the games, did you ever fight a roly-poly?
Roly poly, I don't remember.
I kind of
It
thought it was
an
supposed to be like
armored, weird
a
lizard
bullet, but
thing.
I don't think it. It's just it
That
reminded
rolls
me of a
around.
bullet.
Yeah.
I don't know if, that's
if
what
you
it's supposed
did,
to
I
be.
don't remember it, but it's been a few years,
It may not have been in 3. It could have been in like 2, maybe.
possibly.
Ciri can apparently jump high enough to grab that bar that's above the hedge mage, but is dumb enough to not jump over the fucking hedge maze. Like, we're just going to stand around and fight a roly-poly. That bothers me.
Super jump go, I guess.
Well, it's just, I have so many problems with this
Maybe it's
season.
just vertical. Maybe she can't go
Well, I mean, it's
Yeah,
side
but
by side. I don't know.
when you jump up and you grab the pole, you just lean one way as you jump off. Because that's the thing. She, like, threw herself with the pole.
Yeah, that's true.
So, turn left. Pull a NASCAR move.
it's NASCAR. Just make a left turn.
Yeah.
Going real fast and real left.
What the fuck is that from?
It was some weird.
Oh my god!
It was some like news report thing.
Yeah.
They were interviewing that drunk guy whose eyes were pointing in separate directions.
And he's got a beer in his head.
Yeah.
It's like they're out here going real fast and real left. I love drunk people in
That
NASCAR.
dude didn't know where he was except for
That's
NASCAR.
all NASCAR is.
I don't know if you've seen this scene. You probably should have. I know you
When
have.
does this take place?
You don't remember the Dijkstra
Okay.
BDSM scene?
Does it take place at the end of episode 7?
No,
Okay,
it's so much
I
earlier.
don't
than
remember
that.
it.
Because I did
I
this.
fell asleep at the end of episode 7, so
No,
I don't remember.
no, it wasn't
And I was
episode
not going
7.
to rewatch it.
It's not episode 7 because it was in the earlier
Technically,
episode.
I fell asleep at the end of episode
I
7
think
all the
I
way
did
through
see
episode
that.
8.
It was fucking weird. He's just
with the owl lady.
yeah, and she's just whipping him, and he's just talking about shit.
I don't remember that. Maybe I just...
Yeah, it happened.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's like if you just scroll through, there's like a scene where he doesn't have his shirt on, and that's the only time he doesn't.
Yeah,
have a
and he's
shirt
like
on.
chained up. She's just fucking beating the
I
shit out
must
of
have
him.
somehow, like, not been paying
Do you have some like BDSM PTSD
No, it's fine on my
that you
phone.
I
block
really
that
didn't
shit
know
out?
Dwallin was into that stuff.
Or maybe I was taking a shit. I don't know. It's possible.
Oh, I did like the growling is now an accent because whenever they started making fun of Geralt, they were just like, "Rah, rah, rah."
Oh, speaking of crappy accents, the elf that got stabbed in the neck.
Oh, Robbie and Mel.
Yeah, Robbie and Mel.
just talk like this all the time.
I told you he stuck around for a while. But I
hate it.
left when he
He's
died.
the worst.
Andy,
I'm
you
glad
might
he's dead.
You might get a kick out of this. Do you know who Robbie Mel is?
No.
I didn't figure
My
so.
wife has
Will know.
watched a movie that he's in.
The
Code
Duff.
8.
Yes.
The Duff.
Yeah.
That's the only reason my wife watched the movie
It's
watched
'cause
The
him?
Witcher because he was in it.
She forced him to. I don't know if it's forced, but she had him rewatch the entire.
I was
The
going to
Witcher.
rewatch it
Yeah.
either way.
Does
I
it-
had to rewatch it with
Does-
her.
Yeah,
Does
he
he
had to-
throw anything in the show?
No.
Maybe a weapon.
If
I
he
don't
did
know.
if he did though, I guarantee you it throws like a girl.
To be honest, I thought he was going to die in the first episode because I was like,
Yeah.
it doesn't fit.
Yeah, he really in
was like,
his
oh.
accent.
Yeah, he's like the only American in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, or maybe no, he's
That's
probably Canadian.
no excuse.
He's probably Canadian.
We
They
talked
have-
about bad CGI with Guardians. Do you remember this? Because you're laughing like you remember it.
Yeah.
There's a scene where they like cut back to Siri like riding away from, or
Oh,
like
it's
she's in the
so
dream
awful.
sequence. That's what it
Yeah.
is. She's having a dream and she's riding a horse, and it looks like she's literally just bouncing up and down on something that's stationary,
That's totally
and
what it
then
was.
just fix the rest. of
Okay,
it.
this whole scene makes no sense.
Yes.
No damn sense whatsoever.
I don't
It's
remember.
a show by Netflix.
Yeah. If you're,
Yeah, but it's based off of books. You think you could make some sense of it?
So-
I'm sure it was filmed in a bar on a mechanical bull.
So
not
that
in a
whole
bar, but on a very similar object.
But just from the CGI point of view, because the story part of it didn't make any sense, and they never even touched on it, like hardly, like except for like one sentence at
Wait.
the beginning of the next episode.
Is this?
She's
was
being
episode
she's being
3.
chased by the wild hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
The
All right.
Wild Hunt
So
show?
not only are
eh.
they in different lighting, the background and Siri,
Not really.
they are entirely separate resolutions, and they're
so
moving
bad.
at different speeds.
So bad.
And then it pans back to look at the wild hunt coming down out of the sky. And I mentioned James and Giant Peach in a previous episode, but when they come down and they got the clouds billowing out, and then they come out of the front, it just looks like the fucking rhino
Oh my
on
god.
James and the Giant Peach coming out. It looks. Go watch it again. It looks exactly like it. And there's
No. I'm not gonna go watch
and
it
then
again.
and
Ethan.
then suddenly,
refuse.
Geralt comes riding out of a forest and shoots a wad at like the front leading guy. He just like
He,
Definitely didn't remember
it's
that
a
part.
sign.
I know.
He does ard.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you were pretty close with Watt.
anyway.
I knew what he meant when he said wad.
Anyway, and it just like passes by all of them, and then they dissipate and leaves a hand behind. Like none of it makes any damn sense.
so weird.
whatsoever. And like, there's no reason. Is it a dream sequence?
I think
I
it's,
think
almost
it's supposed to be
like
a dream. Like
slash-
she's having like a nightmare.
But like then you get to the beginning of the next episode, and they're actually like, "Oh, you saved me," and then they find the hand.
yeah, it's
And
so weird.
It's not a dream
I
sequence.
think
then.
it's
But I
almost
do
like
think
Freddy
that's-
Krueger, maybe like where it is a dream sequence, but like
But why is she even out in the forest? Because I went and watched it. Like I was like, "This is so shitty. I gotta rewatch it." I went and rewatched it. There is no indication that she's even leaving
Yeah,
anywhere to go out in the forest to ride her horse like full fucking gallop.
that almost makes me think like it was like a sleepwalking thing, and like she was dreaming.
Don't
and
make excuses, Jarrett.
I'm trying to apply logic to an illogical situation.
don't make excuses,
I
Geralt.
can't even get your name right
Yeah.
now. It's so shitty.
It was a very shitty scene. It was
It's
done
like-
very
It's
terribly.
one of
I'm
the
not saying
worst
it was
I've
good.
ever seen.
And there's some worse ones that happen later.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen CGI wise, and I saw Black Widow.
There is a really bad CGI.
Poor you.
So we've already kind of talked about it. The coup with Vilgefortz. Well, to say it just lets him walk out of the fucking room
It is weird.
makes no sense. So Vilgefortz is the bad guy that helps part of the coup.
I know he is.
And
He watched
I didn't-
four. He watched 4 episodes of season 3, baby.
well, I didn't know where that happened.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
the one that
It's-
does the thing with Yasgir and the smoochy smooch thing.
no,
Nope.
that is Radovid.
Radovid. You're
That's
thinking
the
Radovid.
prince.
See, I'm
Vil-
glad you and glad you told me
Vilgefortz
then.
is to say is this. We got in this boy toy.
Yeah.
Is in the one that she's fucking.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's like of Indian or Middle Eastern descent.
He is Middle Eastern of
Yeah.
some sort. I don't know what kind. But he
It's the same person. To me, because I'm never gonna watch it again.
in a room like with a bunch of witches
He
captive.
he has like a villain monologue, and he's like, "I am evil,"
yeah. And
and
then
to
he
say
just
is like, "All right, leave."
he just walks out of the room.
And then he beats the shit out of Geralt
Yeah.
and breaks his back like he's
It
fucking
literally
Bane.
breaks his fucking back.
Yeah.
And his legs.
And his leg. Yeah.
Or leg. Not legs.
Yeah.
And then you spend the rest of the fucking season watching Geralt in a hut lay there.
I thought he was actually gonna die, and they were gonna use like magic to resurrect him, and that's how
And
we were
that's
gonna
how he
tra-
changed?
Yeah.
That would make more fucking sense.
That's the whole. I was like, oh, okay, I see how we're gonna like get this transformation into Liam Hemsworth. Nope, he lives.
See, I haven't put anything in on this because I haven't seen it, but they do. There's so many places in popular culture where they have like the perfect out. Like this
I
is the
wouldn't
time
consider this perfect, but-
you should have did this.
It's understandable.
And
would've
they
made
fuck
sense.
it up. It's like you had a time, like, not to not talk about anything else, but Star Wars, The Last Jedi, when Leia is dead in space. The fuck. It's like you had your opportunity to end this shit and it not be a complete flaming pile of dog shit. But once again, you took the fucking stupidest possible way out. And
And pushed it.
yeah.
Yeah. It happens a lot.
Like, what's the dumbest fucking thing we can do? It's like, that's what they were focusing on.
In
It's
their
like, no,
defense-
that's not dumb enough. No, we gotta go dumber.
In their defense, maybe they didn't know Henry Cavill was gonna quit, so maybe they
Surely, by that point, they had to have fucking known.
they probably knew he was frustrated at least if he's gonna quit, but like it just would have made more sense.
You
But
realize this is like a giant commercial to not watch this shit?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
we're telling
It
people
absolutely
not to
is.
watch it.
I mean,
'cause it's
I've
not
never
worth the time.
watched it, but after listening to this, I never will.
It's
Listen,
a waste
season
of
1,
time.
good. Season 2, okay. Season 3, ignore it.
I just want to play.
Season 4, I'm going to watch it because
I tell you,
There
I'm
is no
going
season
to.
4.
I'm going to laugh. I don't.
it's
Really,
going to be better. I don't know how it's going to
yeah,
be better, but it's
yeah.
going to be better.
I don't like The Witcher. I'm going to watch season 4 because I know it's going to be better, and it's going to be hilarious. To
There's-
all the
I-
Cavill
here's the thing.
fanboys that are like,
No.
I hate this show. I'm going to quit. I'm going to
First
quit.
of all, you shut your mouth. You don't talk shit about our Lord and Savior. Second of all, it will be a better show. They will not have a better Geralt.
I didn't say that. I said it'd be a better show, and it'd be fucking hilarious.
It will be a better show. I have that feeling
Because they're gonna be
it'll
pissed.
get better.
They're gonna be pissed that he left, and they're gonna actually like write.
Yeah,
a
they're gonna
decent
fix
show.
some shit.
Ethan's about to shake his headphones off.
Ethan, you can't tell me it wouldn't be funny if that happened.
If it was better,
Yes, it would be hilarious.
it's not going to be
but it would be funny
because they're going to have the same stupid people writing it.
Eh.
It's going to be
that's
as
not
bad,
necessarily true.
or it could be marginally better. It is not going to be better to the point that it's enjoyable. Because
Probably
this
not.
is certainly not enjoyable.
Here's my question: if it is better, and me and Jarrett come in here and we're like, "Holy shit, this thing's amazing," are you gonna like finish season 3?
Hey, I think you guys should do that just to fuck with
Oh,
it.
immediately that's what I was thinking.
It was
We'll
so
just tell
good.
them
Then
it's
you get
better.
someone watch. It's like, what a piece of shit.
He would only
Those
watch one
fucking
episode.
liars.
You know what
I would-
else is enjoyable? Angel Soft. And I put my shit on it, okay?
Oh, all right. So back to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yennefer's on the beach while Tisea is doing her whole cast
Mm-hmm.
lightning thing, and did you get to see that part?
No, that's in episode
Okay.
8 or 7.
It just
whatever.
sounds dumb.
It is dumb. It changes her hair color.
Yeah, that's the cost. The cost is to say it gets old. I guess.
I was correct.
And she didn't.
I guess. Or it's like a.
It didn't even make her old. It literally just changed her hair color,
Yeah.
and then she was like, "Ooh, I'm so sad. Slit my wrist."
Just a skunk stripe down the middle.
No, it's
That
full
part,
white.
the slitting your wrist,
Oh,
I understand. You fucking ruined your life's work. Kill yourself, bitch.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Let me roll it back to when you let the guy who literally just gave you the villain monologue walk out of the fucking room. That's 100% on her. She
Yeah.
should have killed herself
And
because
another
it's her
reason-
fault.
Definitely her fault. She is 1,000% to blame.
Yeah. But back to the point, Yennefer couldn't just be like, let me make a portal up there because I've been in there.
That
And
made sense.
no, she runs along the beach.
Wait, I think they do say that you can't portal into Thaynid. I think they actually give a logical reason.
All right.
Either way,
I
it is
think
a-
they do. I
Either
vaguely
way-
remember saying
either
that.
way-
It is a serious fantasy series trope that when somebody, so like you mentioned Geralt earlier,
Mm-hmm.
getting like beat the crap and like break his back and stuff.
Yeah.
Drink some health potions. That
No.
shit fixes everything.
They tried.
They did try that.
And he was,
Works every
what'd they say? Like dark magic?
No, because he was a mutant. It didn't
Mutant,
like.
that's right.
And they have to come up with some sort of arbitrary thing why you can't portal everywhere when you can make portals. It doesn't make any sense at all.
They don't think they ever gave a reason why you couldn't. They just specifically state, I believe, before that point,
That you couldn't
can't
portal into
into the thing.
Was it surrounded by lead? What's wrong?
Maybe it's because it's like a fucking conflux of magic or something. I don't remember.
Listen,
Arbitrary.
it doesn't matter either
It
way.
is arbitrary.
Either way, even if she didn't teleport inside of it, she could have teleported herself fucking closer instead of running along the beach.
Or like right in front of it?
Every piece of media.
And not only that, right?
every
it would
piece
take
of
her, like,
media
an
has that
hour
one
to
thing
get up
that
there.
Just
Yeah.
fucking
And-
destroy it.
Yeah.
To say it, it's been like 3 seconds.
It's
So it's like she did teleport, but they didn't show it. Almost.
Well, they just did a time skip in the show.
Pretty much, because like you're like,
You didn't
oh,
like watch her run for 30 minutes down the beach.
but like
That
way-
sounds more appealing than what you
Ethan, the way they
actually
explain
I
this,
would have watched it.
the way they explain this magic is that, like it will kill you if you keep doing it, and then
She
She
keeps
keeps
she's
doing
doing it and lives.
Long enough to slit her wrists.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's a lie.
it is a lie.
What? What? What?
Like it's like a forbidden. It's like a forbidden technique that you're not supposed to use.
Like fire
they
magic,
lied
and then
about?
everybody uses it.
Well,
You know, I was already at the point where I was like 0% chance of
finishing
never
it?
watching this and finishing it. Now I have gone beyond 0.
into negative.
Like if somebody's going to tie him to a chair one day and make him watch, he's going to shut his eyes and pray for death.
So
I'll just keep like a little booklet of razors with me.
yeah. So the
Go on
second
your teeth replaced with a cyanide pill just in case the off chance.
he'll fuck around and accidentally take it one day because he's just sitting there messing with it. That tooth seems loose. Take it off. Oh, must have been
Accidentally.
popcorn.
This is what hell's gonna be. You're gonna have to watch the 3rd season of Witcher all the time.
Don't you doubt me. It's not accidental. I work
Oh.
retail.
let me tell you something even better. The second half of the show that they released is Siri in a desert.
Yeah, because at the end of the 6th episode.
No, it's fifth.
No.
Sixth, seventh, and eighth. She teleports at the end of the 5th episode.
Is the second
Yeah,
half
it
out
is.
yet?
Yes,
Okay.
it's all.
No, she doesn't because
Yes, she does.
no 5 ends
whole
on before the
season's
coup. 6, she used teleport at the end of 6.
They can't.
And it's
Yeah.
early into 6.
It has to.
She spends
They
most.
can't
somewhere
put
in
it
6
back
because
again.
5
It's
ends with oh shit, the Verdanian
Yeah.
spy master guy, and he's like, "You pick a side, Witcher." That's
Yeah.
how episode 5. ends.
Dwalin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't remember. It's
Really?
Dijkstra.
Dijkstra. That's what it is.
Really?
Yeah,
He
he's
plays.
in it. He's good.
He plays
That's
Dwalin.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Plays
He does a
cunt.
good job.
He actually does a good job.
You hate him
See, there's.
Oh yeah.
because he's
The,
a cunt.
I only recognize a few characters from what you talked about. Dijkstra's in the game.
Yes. Very often.
Fringilla. Do you recognize that name? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's so
Triss
annoying.
Marigold.
Radovid.
Radovid. King Radovid.
I'm sure he,
He
is,
will
but
be-
doesn't play.
Well, he is king now.
Yeah. He's King
Actually, I
Radovid
think he
at that
does
point.
play a big part, but
I
I,
figure
don't
because he's
remember
the
it all
king
that
of
well.
Verdania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming in the
In the
third.
game,
Or is he prince still in the game? I don't know.
No, he's king. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, because you go and see him.
Because I don't
In the show, is Ciri his daughter?
No,
like adopted.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, hold on. Are you talking about, is he Amir's or Geralt's?
Not Geralt's, the
Emir.
king.
Amir, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. actually.
Because that's
Emperor.
what she is in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. She's Amir's.
And the next,
that's the whole point.
She's
The
kinda
next 2 points.
Geralt's
This is when I was asleep, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
She's kind of
I didn't know
Geralt
she gave her powers.
and
Oh,
Yennefer's
okay.
adopted
I didn't either.
daughter.
Somebody text me that.
Yeah, they kind of both adopt. her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that is the same in the show?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the first 2 episodes of season 3 are about. Is they're like, oh,
And
you're our daughter.
in
Is Triss
hot? No.
Sort of.
well, she's
Yennefer's
hot in the
adopted.
game, but is she like a secondary love interest to Geralt?
Yes.
Okay.
Not,
Not
anymore.
Not near as much, but yes.
She plays a much more closer
When you
version
first,
of her book self, which is like a background character.
yeah,
She's
when
a
you
background
first,
character who acts sort of as Yennefer's.
Is Vesemir
adopted
in
mother.
the... Okay.
He's
he's in
Season
season 2.
Does he
most-
play a
it's-
big role?
In season 2, yes.
Yeah, because they're in Kaer Morhen for most of it.
Yeah, they do spend most of season 2 at
You
Kaer Morhen.
spend a lot of the game in Karamorn.
Yeah.
Dandelion.
That's
Jaskier.
Jaskier.
Yeah, he's in it.
He's the bard. They never call him Dandelion, but he's Dandelion.
Because it's
I
actually
think that's all he goes by in the game.
because they didn't want to use
He's the
Jaskier
bard.
because they're like, people can't pronounce Jaskier.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But he is also one of the better characters in the game.
He's one of the better characters in the
He's
show.
fine.
Okay.
He's pretty funny.
I
So
don't fucking remember anybody else.
the
Except
last
for, like the
maybe episode
I mean,
7.
I rewatched episode 8,
Yeah.
but I did not rewatch the end of
So
episode
maybe
7.
episode 7 was just that long of a desert scene that it drove me insane and made me think it was 3 episodes. But
No, just the last 2 episodes there in the desert.
okay, well they spend the last 2 episodes in the desert and fuck is it boring.
7 is entirely her in the desert, though,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. And at some point, I have a question because, you know, the unicorn, little horse, is there. And she has to burn the wound or whatever.
Cars.
And, yeah. And she's got a log fire. And Falca is trying to convince her to use fire magic. And my first question was, why would you not just pick up the fucking log that is already on fire and use that? Because that would make fucking
You
sense.
can't apply logic
I-
to this type of writing.
I know, but I tried. And then apparently at some point, which I actually had somebody message me this, she before it's around the same time that she goes to use the fire magic for this scene, she gives up her power, renounces her powers.
Her elder blood powers?
Yes. And I don't know how that works.
How do you, I feel like if she could have done that, she would have done that.
It's like claiming not to be white.
Exactly.
It's like I now identify as a black person
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
because it's genetic, isn't it?
Her powers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
they're
she's-
genetic.
'cause
It's
she's
the
elf.
same thing.
Yeah,
We went over
she's
this,
of elder blood.
It's from her mom's side,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, because the grandmother
Yeah. It's
it skipped her.
Yeah.
The mother had the powers. It skipped
Which
the
is-
it's Queen
is-
Calinthe.
yeah,
I think.
which is why Emir, I guess, wanted to have a child with her.
I
which is
guess, which is
because
a
he wants
whole-
the power for something. I guess to open a new
Reasons.
port, open the world to a new sphere to
Yeah.
conquer that too. I don't know.
I also just find it weird that she now decided to go by Falca. And if you remember, I don't know if you missed it or not. They talked about Falca being basically a scourge of the earth
Yeah.
and killing a bunch of people. So is that Sirius Path now? Because I don't know. I know she doesn't do that shit in the game.
I don't know.
I mean, I know she kills people in the game. I remember that because I remember doing that as her because you do get to play as her for a little bit.
I have a question real quick.
Okay.
Who's the most annoying character to you guys in season 3 or in Witcher in general?
Oh, in season 3, definitely the Elf Queen.
Yeah.
I do not give a shit about the elves.
Yeah. I don't.
In fact,
Is
I
that for you too?
I
Yes.
laugh every time one of them dies. I'm not kidding. I'm like, yeah, stupid elves, die.
Mine has always been Fringilla.
Fringilla is very bad.
So
shit.
now I laugh at her because she's adjacent to
Season
the elf plot.
Literally, in season 4 was when I just truly gave up on
3.
her. On her.
Season 4.
Episode 4?
I don't episode 4, whatever. There is no season 4. But episode 4, there's a little scene where she's in it for just a little bit at the bar.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I literally was like, "What is this?" And I saw Fringilla in the background, and I ran it forward past the scene. I was like, "I don't even give a damn anymore."
That's great.
About Fringilla.
Oh, it's funny because she reveals to the elf queen that she's responsible for getting her baby killed. And the elf queen's like, I will fucking murder you.
But she
Yeah,
wasn't.
and-
No, she is. She
is.
told Emir to have the baby killed.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I didn't remember that either, but they explained.
Yeah,
she
I-
literally says that.
I know it's a bit callous, but I don't care
I didn't care.
about the baby.
I don't either.
I was like, oh, should they? I was like, oh.
It didn't happen in
Kill
real
the baby.
life. It doesn't matter.
I'm with Jarrett. I don't care about any of the fucking elves. And then we'll go to the IMDb ratings because, woo, they're actually not that bad.
They're probably fair.
Yeah. 3.1 is a 6.8 out of 10, or season 3, episode 1 is 6.8 out of 10. Episode 2 is a 6.0 out of 10. Episode 3 is a 5.7 out of 10. Episode 4 is a 5.4 out of 10. Episode 5 is a 5.9 out of 10, which I think is disrespectful. Episode 6 is a 6.8 out of 10. And episode 7 is a 4.1 out of 10, which is the desert episode.
Yeah.
And episode 8 is a 5.1 out of 10. The reason I think episode 5 is disrespectful is because
I think it's the best episode.
I do, yeah.
It's like it's the most interesting. It has like the
whole like detective aspect
and
to
you
it.
keep going back over the same scene and like
And which that's probably what most people's complaints
they're like,
is
it's too
that
confusing. But it's like literally they just keep going back. And
if you can watch season 1 of The
Yeah.
Witcher, you can watch that episode just
they
fine.
go back and
Episode 4 in general wasn't that bad. It was certainly a lot better than the previous 3.
I don't remember what happened in episode 4.
is that Roly Poly episode?
I don't think so.
No,
I think
that's
that
the
was,
one where they're on the
That
barge.
must be.
okay. Yeah, they're on the barge to the
Yeah.
ship over.
Because it was
and then
really
they killed
funny with the other troop of bards.
that was.
That was really funny. That was a really good scene. That was probably the best scene I've seen so far since like the middle of season 2.
And then Rotten Tomatoes gave a 77% tomato meter with 43 reviews, so critics liked it. And 22% audience score with 1,000+ ratings.
See that's like weird because we would both say we would give it a pass.
I
technically.
wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't.
You give it a 6 though. That's a pass.
Yeah, no, it's not. A 7 is a pass to me.
That's not how
What's
that works.
what's less
That's
than
how it
pass?
works to me.
What's less than not pass? Like a failure. Is
Yeah.
there anything less than a failure?
No, not on the critic meter, but
Oh.
or the audience score.
I think the critic meters
You
for
just-
the audience is right. The Rotten
Yeah, you're the one that gave it a
Tomatoes
2.
audience score. I think that's correct. 2.2.
No,
It's
it's
2.2.
Fine.
See, to me, a yes is a 7 or above.
That's your scale.
But because my
get
scale
it.
is weird. I go off of like a school grade scale.
I literally
If
say
it's-
I literally if I judge it 1 to 10. 5 is the
yeah.
middle.
I mean, I get that.
Look, as much effort
Yes, but
and as much money goes into this, if it's not a 7 or above, it's an utter failure.
I'm
well,
not
this
sure
is
how
a
much money went into.
77.
That's from critics.
Yeah,
That's what critics.
That's why they're full of shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of them don't watch all of the episodes. They'll watch like
A
one
lot of them
episode.
don't watch anything.
Yeah, they'll watch
It's
an
perfectly obvious that no critic has ever watched anything that they reviewed.
Ethan, also, I'm not convinced a lot of money went into the show.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Especially this season.
Unless it's to pay the actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
And dear God, let's hope so.
All right. That sounds good enough. I think we shit on The Witcher long enough.
I could shit on it some more.
Could you?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So you guys keep comparing it to the game. This is not based on the game. This is based on the books.
I know.
They're two completely different
It's really not.
storylines.
It's really not. The critics, not the critics, the writers even said that they're not basing it
No.
off the books. It's
Broad-
loosely based.
Broad strokes, it's off the books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the books are that good either. Just looking at the plot summaries of every book, I'm like, yeah, this happened in the show, and it
I'll
was
read
not
them.
good.
I'll let you know.
Like the finer
I'll read 'em.
details might be better, but I'm like, I don't think that the plot is that interesting or
They're not
good.
that long.
You should read them in the
You want a
original
spoiler
Polish.
for next season? Siri's gonna get raped by those people that she's
It's a lot better because I
is
can't understand what's going
saved
on.
by in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm like, oh, that's fucking great. We have that to look forward to.
I mean, they're not a good group of people.
No.
Where, just out of curiosity,
It's just
'cause,
more
I
torture
said,
porn.
Only played the game. Where does the game take place? Or not the game. I can tell you where the game takes place. Where does the show take place?
So
Like
the
in the
show
world?
takes place. Season 1 is very timey-wimey and it's hard to follow. But basically, it starts before, like, as Geralt claims the child surprise, essentially.
Okay.
So, like, Geralt is saying, like, you see Geralt and
In-
how he moves around, and
When,
he's like,
when I say where, I mean like physically in the world.
oh, it bounces around.
Various
Centra,
Okay.
The first episode is Blaviken
yeah.
because he kills
They show you how he becomes the butcher,
the butcher
Factor
Blaviken.
Okay.
And then it bounces around. It stays mostly in Centra a lot.
okay.
The main plot thread does at least.
Yeah.
They ever go to like Skellige or
They go to Skellige in the second season
okay.
because she's in Skellige for a little bit.
Okay.
Sure.
It's while she's like out and about. No, maybe it's the first season
don't
before
know.
Geralt gets her.
See, because the whole second half of the game plot
but
You go to Skellige
yes,
to find her.
but in the Witcher 3, Ciri is much older.
Yeah. In the show, she's like.
In the show, she's
fifth.
like teenager.
She starts
like
like
it's still
15.
early.
in the show, she's not much older. Or in the game, she's not much older. In the game, she's close to being like late teens. Maybe.
Yeah, but she
maybe just
understands
on the
her
verge.
powers in a way that she does not in the show whatsoever.
No, not really, because in the show she's fuck me. In the game, she's trying to figure him out too. Like that's half of the plot point of the game.
Oh, well, she can use them a lot better in the game because she can't use them for dick in the show.
There's a problem
That's
with your
essentially
question.
the whole plot of the game.
There's a problem with your question about where does it take place, is because
It bounces
it's
around so
multiple
much.
plot lines. It's not just following The Witcher.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's-
It follows Yennefer for
Like
a
Game
while.
of Thrones.
It follows.
Okay.
Right.
It's more like Game of Thrones, yeah, where they bounce around from like Yennefer's storyline
Well,
to.
yeah, I can
Really,
get
the
that.
first season is we're going to bounce from Yennefer, Geralt, and Ciri.
Well, you got to
Those are the
set up
three.
who the characters are and why you
But you
should
also
give a
get like
shit.
the villain scenes and stuff in like Nilfgaard and the I don't know.
Well, they don't give like Nilfgaard scenes of the villain because you don't know he's alive until the end.
Not
of the season.
him,
That's true.
It's
but
Cahir.
You see you see Cahir.
Do they ever play
see
Gwent
Cahir.
any in the show?
I don't think so.
I think in season 3 they played a card game. They never said it was Gwent.
I don't know.
They just played it because
They
it was whenever the
did.
dwarf went to the bar.
I never hear the word Gwent.
they
to
do
s-
play it when it's in the scene right before when Ciri's going to bed and Yasgir is playing Gwent with her.
Oh, are they
Before
playing?
he goes
yeah,
outside.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when it was.
And does the dirty with what's his name?
Yeah, Radovid.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and we've wrapped up 3 different episodes.
22 hours awake, folks.
Quit your bitching.
Don't be a
I'm
pussy.
not bitching. I'm excited. I probably can't go to sleep now.
That's what you get for drinking 3 energy drinks.
That's not why.
22 hours from now, he's still gonna be going hard.
Rock hard, Viagra hard.
Rock on.
Have you never just stayed awake so long that you're like, I can't go to sleep now?
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then you crash
Yeah,
hard.
you do crash hard. I'll crash in like
You'll sleep for
yeah,
like
3.
20 hours.
Oh, hey, waking up from that sucks, but you feel great about 2 hours afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you guys for listening. We use the link tree in the description below. It's an audio podcast. Go to the description and then use the link tree, and you can find links to all our socials and go to those and support us there. You can even join our Discord and tell us
How
wrong we are, how much you love The Witcher, hate The Witcher, hate Henry Cavill. Don't do that. That'll get you. That's a
Permaban? Insta
well. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's permanent or insta. You'd get shit on.
Someone
a
will
lot.
find you.
I would.
if you do that.
I'd be like, yeah, speak your truth. I like Henry Cavill. I do not like Henry Cavill fanboys.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I agree
They
with
piss
that.
me off.
I don't know about any of that, but let's end this because I want to go home because it's so late. It's now tomorrow.
It is.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully.
Bye.
Don't give up on us yet.
Bye.